Welcome to Dan's Diary and welcome to my members or my subscribers. Thank you very much for joining. I hope this one is of interest to you, this video. Unfortunately, you catch me on a downer at the moment, and it's going to be very difficult for me to stay positive during this video because we were hoping to move in today, which is Saturday. I was hoping to show you videos of us putting the furniture in, hanging pictures on the walls, our first evening inside the house. But unfortunately things have happened, delays have happened, subcontractor and building delays have happened, and as a result we're not moving in. Let me show you around the place and you can see what I mean. What's happened on the outside? Well, we've painted the roof a light grey colour. The guttering will be painted dark grey when it's been sealed. We still haven't sealed it yet on all the joints, so that's the next thing to happen. We've put the stones there. They look quite nice. They've yet to be grouted, obviously, but they are there. There will be an emblem there, the house name, but it's not. We haven't had that sign made yet. So that's what's happened on the outside. We painted the roof, or we've painted that bit because that's all I can see, and I think we've painted those two bits. I can't see that slope and I can't see that slope until I move further down the road. But at the moment I'm going to say we've painted the roof. The guttering, we had a slight rainstorm in the week and the guttering leaked on many joints. I did ask them to seal the joints while they were sealing the roof, but they didn't. So now they've got to seal the joints. Why they don't do it when I ask, I do not know. But they didn't seal it, so the guttering has to be sealed and painted a dark grey colour. So that's one negative that's got me slightly upset. The fire that we had over a week ago now, the pipes still haven't been replaced. Now, how I'm supposed to move in and use the bathrooms with all the waste pipes looking like that, it's impossible. So that's been known about for a week and has still not been actioned. So I'm slightly upset about that as well. We've got a water leak that's been sitting there for over 3 weeks now and still no one's actioned it. The pathway, I'm not going to include my feelings about the pathway because that's external. They can be working on that once we've moved in, but I will say nothing's happened yet. We've discussed what we'd like to happen, but nothing has actually physically happened. The doors warped in the sunlight and as a result had to be removed from the building and are now under repair, and as a result the house is now totally unsecure from anything. I can't put the alarms on because the dogs, the builder hasn't put any barrier here, so the dogs are going to walk in and out, set the alarms off all night. So that won't be back for about a week, about a week. The window subcontractor who installed that door has got 1/4 inch gaps all the way around it. Well, that's not watertight, it's not heat tight, it's not insect tight, it's nothing tight. In fact, there isn't even a rubber or a furry sealer on that vertical joint, or on the bottom, or on the top. And there's only one, and it doesn't even reach on this side. So it's very, very upsetting that that's not been actioned. The builder and the subcontractor were told about that almost 2 weeks ago now, and nothing's happened. So I'm slightly upset about that. There are little things, electrical outlets like that, which still need to be actioned. They've been on the snag sheet for over 2 weeks and still not been actioned. The kitchen was supposed to finish today. Do you think that looks finished? There's shelves missing, there's back plates missing, there's drawer fronts and doors missing, there's the sealants missing, the lights missing, and the worktop missing, and the installation of the sink, hob, extractor, microwave and cooker. So that doesn't look as if it's going to be finished, does it? I'm saying, they're saying another week, but we will see. So that's at least a week. Now, they did have problems. They mismeasured the height. So as a result, it was over 8 foot, which meant they couldn't have a single piece on the ends. So everything had to be taken down and remeasured and shortened so it reached the 8 foot requirement, which caused 2-3 days delay. But it's not good for the time, is it? So that's the situation. We contacted while I'm here, the balcony to the stairs are still missing. The welder, well, who knows where he is? He's almost a month late, and I don't know why. Yeah, I told you it was going to be a bit of a negative one this week. Well, it is, because I stand here in an almost finished house and there's no security. The person that's supposed to be guarding isn't here. I can't put the alarms on, and those 2 doors are open. So I really, fingers crossed, hope nothing happens over the weekend or tonight. I can't show you into any of these rooms to see if the toilet and the toilets have been installed because the doors are locked. I'll show you around where the garage is. What they have done, because there's nothing else for them to do, is put a tiling on the top of this. They had to level it out. If you remember, it sloped down. So all that needs now is grouting and a bit of paint. The outside of the pool has been splatterdashed, ready for paint. The 3 hooks have been installed. Someone was supposed to be buying the eye hooks to go in here, and they were supposed to drill these and put the eye hooks in. That didn't happen. So all in all, bit of a wasted week for things. I'm going to leave site now before I get really upset, but to be honest with you, well, I don't want to say any more. Tuesday, what's happening Tuesday? Well, there's a couple of things that we should be actioning, but it doesn't seem we are. Those two front doors need a little bit of work to make them finished. They're kind of moving in the Philippine sun, so there's some work that's got to take place on those. And we move in on Saturday, and it's now Tuesday, and I don't think they're going to be finished. So that's one problem that we've got. Second problem is the bathroom toilet and hand basins still haven't arrived on site. So that's a problem that needs sorting out. These doors don't fit the frame very well, so I want them replacing. Nothing seems to be happening on that. And the kitchen guys, where are they? There's only 4 days left of their contract, and there's still an awful lot of work left. So there's my room dividers. That'll look nice when it's all sealed in and everything's looking good. Right, now we've got a little bit of a overlap there, which means we can't get the handrail in with the glass. So Ronnie's just going to shave 1.5 inches off the length, and then it'll work. So fingers crossed we got that right. Well, myself and Joy have just had the AC guys round. Joy, what was your opinion of the AC guys?
They're excellent.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. It's fair enough, I suppose. It's going to frighten you when I tell you the cost at the end of the day for the AC. It's horrendous. You could buy a small house for it, but there's no point in having a big house and being baking hot all day long, and worse, all night. If I just tell you the bedroom upstairs needs a 3 horsepower and a 2.5, kind of tells you what price I'm in for, doesn't it? So they've gone away to give us a quotation, basing it on the length of the pipe runs and everything. So we'll have a lump sum price, and then if they've got the units in stock, they can start straight away, can't they? There's a slight change. This room here, the dining room, on that wall there, there was just one 3 horsepower AC in the living area, the dining, the kitchen and the TV, and it's not man enough, not by half. So there's going to be a 3 horsepower in the living area. In this area and that area there's another 3. So it's 6 horsepower in this area here. That'll take the sting out the summer heat. And then once you've got blinds on the windows, there's smoked glass anyway, but once you've got blinds on the windows, it'll reduce it by considerable amount. So that's the AC situation. And as far as the stairs are concerned, obviously they'll get painted, but the stairs for the lower bit are in place. There is an angle bracket screwed to the wall on that side, which supports the step there. There's 2 bolts that go into the concrete there, and the handrail goes permanently fixed there and permanently fixed there. So all those are held rigid on that side. So the staircase is coming on well. We're just waiting for the next delivery of steps, which is in Joel's house. The kitchen got a bit of an issue with the kitchen. The end panel here is over 8 feet, and 8 feet is the maximum you can go in one piece without a joint. Okay? Without a joint. And we don't want a joint, do we? And you'll have a joint there, you'll have a joint there, and on these panels, you'll have a joint there, which we don't want. So what they're going to do is slice the doors, those 3, those 4, and slice 150 mil, 120 mil off those, which will make them narrower. And then we can get a complete one panel. And if we're lowering that by 150 mil, these units have got to come off the wall and be lowered by 150 mil. So those are going to come off the wall, and those are going to come off the wall. The middle section there, I don't think you're going to notice that's 150 mil too high. You might not. So that might come down 150 mil, it might stay the same. So that's the issue with that one, bit of an error. But what can you do? All right, so that's the kitchen progressing. I'll show you something outside that's happening. Right, the guys have pebble dashed the side of my pond and the top of my pond all the way around, so that's looking pretty good, isn't it? Just get a lick of paint on that, it'll blend in with the house, and yeah, it'll look good. Now what Ronnie's doing at the minute, there's my 3 poles. What we've done, we've filled the heads with concrete, so no water's going to get down come the rainy season. Ronnie's measured the height of the poles. We've got the anchor bolts, and we're going to put them, you imagine the same height as that, going across, and then just raise it a fraction, not for any water or anything, but just to give it a general look of, you know, something different. So we'll just raise it 100 or 200 mil, so when we put the shades on, it's at a slight angle. So he's going to be drilling those in a minute when he's made sure that these are all the same height. So that's that process, isn't it? It's all looking good. Looking a bit better, isn't it? You remember it was all on the piss. That's a technical term. So they've infilled it a little bit with concrete. That'll do for holding a barrel full of water, won't it? I mean, it's not going to be brilliant. We're going to put some tiles on top of that. All in all, give that a couple of days to dry, put some tiles on it. Once I've got the shade on the pond, we can fill it with water and let the whole system start to cycle, and then I can start adding plants at my leisure, start putting my fish in. So here he is, he's got his Egyptian method of determining the height. Yeah, it's all coming on. Okay, Ronnie. That's what he's got to anchor. So once he's made that diameter hole, we might put a bit of the concrete in the hole just to let it harden, because these are Philippine blocks which aren't known for their strength. So we might put some concrete in and then bang this in, wait a day, and then we tighten it up. So that's the plan. Well, Thursday and the steps are in. Okay, so they've all been fastened to the wall and fastened to the concrete and made good underneath. So we've just got to get the painters in just to finish off. And the handrail, although you can use the steps without the handrail. In fact, you could probably not have a handrail on the bottom one and just have a handrail on the top, but I've paid for a handrail on both, so I might as well use it. So the stairs are done, so that's looking good. The kitchen guys are busy lowering some units. They've taken them off the wall, and I think they're in the process of cutting them down to size. So that's happening today. And I've just seen Ronnie go outside with a drill. Don't need the lights on, do we? So let's go and see what Ronnie's doing. So Ronnie went and bought a big drill bit this morning, and he's going to drill these 3 holes and put the plugs in, put the anchor bolts in. And my friend here is clearing the grout from the tiles, but he's also sweeping up because there was a lot of heavy rain last night. Right, the kitchen guys have sliced down the 8-foot melamine. That's the pieces there that just went out of shot there, and they're ready for installation in the kitchen. And there's my lone painter painting the roof. Good morning, good afternoon. So he's doing a good job. Well, there's my 3 bolts in place. So all I've got to do now is put the wire on there, tighten it up, and then we can put the wire on this one after he's drilled the holes. And we get the eye bolts, which Joel's supposed to be getting. This is empty now, just needs another clean before I put fresh water in it, and then we're ready. Well, there's the kitchen. Now those end pieces have no gaps. They look 150% better, plus the bits there have got no gaps, so they look great. They put them against the wall on that side. That's all ready for doors to go on, and all they've got to do, this row of cabinets, they've just got to lower that 150mm. And then tomorrow I'm bringing in the sink and the gas hob, and they can make the holes in the cabinets and do whatever they've got to do to get it ready for the worktop. So they're doing a great job. Very pleased with the kitchen people. He told me they worked till 9 o'clock at night to get this finished, so that's dedication. Excellent. The toilets some toilets rocked up. It's just a simple toilet, and we've got square hand basin and a roundish or a bowl hand basin. The cabinet's being made, or will be made, to stand those on. And today I'm told Ronnie will fit the toilet into there. So that should look a little bit different, shouldn't it, tomorrow? So one of my subscribers the other week suggested I come to this bar. So here we are, Harley's. Let me give you a little rundown of it. Harley's, if you ever need to know. So you look that up on Google Maps, you'll find it. Well, there's the view from the sun deck. You're right in the middle of a Longapo here, which is the what would you call a Longapo? At night you definitely call it the red light zone. During the day it's pretty good. We're sitting in a lovely bar here, Harley's. There you go. How the other half live, eh? Now let me just show you around the pub. It's split up into several nice little areas. That's mine. I've got a black beer there. It's not a Guinness, it's something else. I don't know what it is. I'll tell you in a minute. So this is it. This is that's the bar. Pretty well stocked, I would say. Darts, snooker, billiards. It's got an ATM if you need it for the girls. Yeah, very nice. That kind of spoils it, but yeah, they've got motifs of various English football clubs up here. I can't see the most important one, but if we get promoted to the Championship this season, which we could well do, that's a motorcycle club that I thought about joining. Yeah, very nice this, very nice indeed. So this is the view from the sun deck on this fine sunny day. There's Michael, my next door neighbour. There's Jeff, he's Jeffrey, you're all black. You've got to come forward because the sun is bleaching you out.
Okay.
There's Jeff.
Hello.
There's Joy. She's all black as well, but for another reason. And there's the sun. I mean, there's the beach, and there's the sun, and it's a cloudy day, and it's quite nice. So we're going to order some food. And we're on our second pint of O'Hara's, and it's going down like it. This is a good pub to come to. They've got at the moment they've got O'Hara's and some cider on draft. They're expecting another. I think they're expecting IPA and Marston's in the next month, but we'll give it a rating on what they've got at the moment. This is in a Longapo. Though that big structure you can see over there, let me zoom in.
You don't bring anything home, but you could just smoke it
there. That is the structure that we saw in Vascos last pub. They were just the other side of that, so we're across the bay. Across the bay. So we're going to give it some ratings. Now we gave Vascos an 8. I'm going to give this an 8 for the ambience and the view and the fact that this O'Hara's is quite nice. Joy, you can't really give it a rating, can you, so far? Jeff, do you want to give this bar a rating?
Okay, as far as I could see, I'll give it an 8.
An 8?
Yeah,
that's
not
good.
Even talking about the food, maybe.
8 is good.
Go up, yeah.
8 is good. Michael, do you want to give this pub a rating?
I would tried the food yet, but I would have thought a 9.
A,
I like the beer.
a 9. That's very good. Because don't forget, we've got to go to a pub or a bar or a restaurant called Texas Joe's, and that is, if you're giving this a 9, Texas Joe's could well be a 10, couldn't it? Anyway, we shall see. So this is the. Let me just do a quick pan of the bar. There we go. Car park's okay. I parked outside. You can only get two cars in here. So the beer I had was called an O'Hara, and I had a very nice fish and chips. So the score ratings are as follows. I'm going to score both Vascos and Harley's an 8. So far so good. Both worth going to.
Game over.